Hey everybody, what's happening? Hey, I'm back here. It's James. Um, Thought I'd do it's a little chill in the air right now. Fall has arrived, and I was thinking about some of the stuff I've got in the summer, especially jazz records. Yeah, I thought I'd show some of not everything, of course, but some jazz records I scored this summer, and just kind of run through it and have a good time. Yeah, I like the chill in the air. It's beautiful. So right now, what I got playing is this one. It's the French jazz unit Confluence, and the name of the record is Arkham, Arkham, 1977 on RCA, and really nice record. Side one is very acoustic, contemplative, um, maybe some world elements in there. Um, Really a great cast. Jean Charles Capone on violin, Didier Levalet on bass, and the other well-known player is the guitarist Christian Escude, 1977. So yeah, this one is like I said, that side one is more acoustic, contemplative, and then side two gets a little bit more jazz-ish, more Escude plays electric on that side, but this is a real beauty. Confluence, 1977 on RCA is that one. So yeah, excuse me. Nice stack of records here. This is a really cool find on this one. Humus is the band. I believe that's how it's pronounced, and the name of the album is Offshore. Look at that. This is a German quartet, 1976 on the Plan label, plain with an umlaut. You can see that. This thing is, man, the tenor player, Rudiger Schulz, this guy, his playing just soars, just soaring on here. And it's a quartet. Gentleman Otmar Diesch, who plays electric piano, has this beautiful, that kind of electric waterfall-ish, crystal, electric piano vibe going to it. This thing is amazing. A lot of energy, slight funk elements to it, but the playing, just these guys are just locked in. Just again, and tenor sax, he just soars on this thing, just burns, but in control. Just has a nice groove to it. I'm really stoked on this one. So the again, Hummus, Humus, Offshore. I don't think they did any other records. 1976, recorded in Dortmund, Germany. Yeah. Um, Look into this one if it's out there. I don't know if it is. Um, that's a cool one. I don't want to say I'm very happy because I'm pretty stoked on all these. This is the Cuban trumpet player, Chocolate. His full name is Alfredo Chocolate Armenteros. I know he's a legend in there. This is Afro-Cuban salsa kind of a thing. There he is on the back. This is on the SAR Records label out of New York, and this is 1982. But you would if you listen to it, and it almost feels like it could be sometime in the 70s. But this thing has lots of energy to it with that, it's this unit with vocals, a few trombone players, Chocolate on the trumpet, Alfredo Rodriguez on piano. I'm pretty sure Alfredo Armenteros played with on a number of albums with Eddie Palmieri, and from what I understand, he was known as the Cuban Louis Armstrong. So that's a pretty good person to be associated with. But this is just a really nice, again, Afro-Cuban type of salsa thing. Can you hear that? Oh no, can't answer me. This is the Confluence record. And actually, what I was going to say is, I got this in Princeton Record Exchange in New Jersey. I was about a month ago. I did an East Coast trip with my wife's family. They rented a beach house in this lovely little town called Sea Isle City, New Jersey. Really nice little beach town, and of course, well before the trip, I'm thinking, okay, is there a record store around there? So Princeton Record Exchange in Princeton, New Jersey was about an hour drive or so, and that's where I scored this one. Pretty cool little shop. Maybe this Reputation was a little better than what it was, but it was a cool little shop. And another record I got there on that run, and I'm gonna botch the name. This is a Danish jazz band, Tordenskjold Soldater, and the name of the album is Love. This is a band, this was recorded in 1970. Couple of the tracks were recorded in Montmartre in 1970, and a few in the studio. This is just, it's 6 songs total. But yeah, you see that introspective shot. Danish jazz band, 1970 quartet. I would say this is a advanced, post-bop kind of record, but it definitely has some Danish, folk music interpretations. At least it feels that way. But this is a really nice record. Again, you can read that. I'm not going to try to pronounce it again, but cool record. And this is on the Forma Libera label. You can see it right there. Yeah, happy about that one. And kind of staying in the European continent there, Heikki Sarmanto Quintet, Counterbalance, reissue on the Svart label. 1970, originally recorded 1971, originally came out in 1971. Electric jazz, and like I said about the other one, this certainly based on the notes has interpretations of some Finnish folk music too, contemplative, maybe some modal leanings to it, but a really, really nice record, and I would like to get more of his music. Excellent. He plays, Heikki Sarmanto plays Fender, and Fender Rhodes. And of note too, you have Juhani Aaltonen on flute, and Heikki's brother Pekka Sarmanto on bass. But yeah, Counterbalance, Heikki Sarmanto Quintet, 1971. European jazz, that's where it's at. Okay, total change of direction here. Let me take this off so you can see that. Hank Jones, Relaxing at Camarillo, on the Savoy label, 1956. I had seen this for a long time, it was just sitting in the bins, like $5. And what really drew me to this is it's a quartet. Hank Jones on piano, Paul Chambers bass, Kenny Clark drums, but you have Bobby Jaspar, the Belgian musician, who plays a lot of different instruments, but on this one, he plays exclusively flute. And I love jazz flute, and it's really nice having a flute-led quartet section. This it swings, but it's also relaxed. Just a really nice session. And I was thinking about it, Relaxing at Camarillo. I grew up in LA, and at some point when I was maybe, I think 10, 11 years old, my grandparents moved to Camarillo. And for those of you unfamiliar, Camarillo is about 45 minutes north of LA. It's about halfway between LA and Santa Barbara. And of course, at the time, 10, 11 years old, I don't know anything about jazz. But when I got older and discovering Charlie Parker Relaxing at Camarillo and learning how, he was in Camarillo State Hospital for, seems like there's a lot of, from what I've read, various reasons. He was there for nervous breakdown, but also because he lit a hotel on fire in LA and was walking around naked, and he was there for detox, all these sorts of things. But just the fact that he was in this, basically like mental institution detox in Camarillo in 1947, it's like, Camarillo is sort of a nothing town. There's really nothing there. You just sort of drive through it. But obviously it's all built up. There's, fast food and housing complexes and office buildings. But I'm thinking in 1947, there was really nothing going on there. So it's like, it was interesting to see the associations. Like, how the hell did Bird end up in Camarillo? How come he didn't just get thrown into something in some kind of institution in LA? And it's probably because, of our ongoing race issues in this country. I'm sure if he was, Art Pepper or something like that, he would have ended up in somewhere in LA. But that's another topic. But this is a really nice, just a nice swinging, relaxed session. Bobby Jaspar on the flute. It's really, really sweet. And you could pick this up for $4 or $5 at the most. Hank Jones. Next we got this is a Japanese jazz thing, Masura Imada Trio +2 on the Three Blind Mice label. Look at the back there. This was recorded in 1975, January 20th and 22nd, 1975. So Masura Imada, he's a piano player. What drew me to this one is there's a guitar. Anytime there's a guitar player, and on a jazz record, I'm really gonna pay attention. And you have a gentleman, Kazumi Watanabe, on guitar. That's him right there. This has a kind of a CTI feel to it, because you have the electric piano and the guitar. It has like a CTI kind of feel to it, but a little bit more like a raw CTI, if that makes sense. There's certainly no arrangements, and it's a little bit more raw than a CTI. Nice little record. This one's called Green Caterpillar on, again, the Three Blind Mice label from 1975. Nice one. This one could be maybe the find of the summer for me, and maybe just even like one of the great finds. This is Edge Thielen Group, 1976, on the great Caprice label. This is a double. It's a look at the shot there, right, or the illustration. But this is a a quartet. Edge Thielen, Bruno Roberg on bass, Leroy Lowe on drums, and Harold Svensson. So it's interesting. This is a quartet with a trombone-led quartet, Edge Thielens, and this skirts the borders of free jazz, but very it's definitely pushing towards edges of avant-garde and free, but it stays in the pocket. He really, Edge Thielen on the trumpet really blows, and there's like undercurrents of funkiness on this, and really long tracks on here. It's a double, but this is a beautiful record. Edge Thielen Group, live 1976, and I believe this was recorded in at a museum in Museum of Modern Art in Stockholm, 1976. Yeah, this is really good. Stoked on that. Here's one. This is Sandor Sabot, Ritual of a Spiritual Communion. Thank you to Sher for exposing me to this one. He exposed me to this one maybe 3-4 years ago, and it's always been like, I gotta find that. He's not related to Gabor, but he's a Hungarian musician, guitar player. This is on Leo Records, 1988. So Sandor on here plays 8 and 10 string classical guitar, and then you have a few other musicians playing tabla, onan, zamba, and some percussion. But this is essentially just a really beautiful acoustic guitar album, but not in the American. I think the title kind of represents Ritual of a Spiritual Communion. It's contemplative, it's meditative, really killer record. I'm was very happy to acquire this one. Sandor Sabot, yeah, Ritual of a Spiritual Communion on the Leo record label. I know I keep saying all these are great, but this one's really great. The Bernd Rosengren Quartet, live in Stockholm, Volume 1, on the Amigo label. Man, I mean, Bernd Rosengren on tenor, he just burns. His playing is so fierce and strong on this. You know, it wouldn't necessarily like say it's avant, but it's fire. It's really propulsive. Propulsive is I think the term I'm thinking of on this. It's just really nice. Now, side 1 is a quartet, live in 1974. Side 2 is a trio, also in live at a same year in Stockholm, a different show. But on side 2, Bernd Rosengren plays piano on some of this, and the tracks almost feel like Andrew Hill, that dark, kind of like an Andrew Hill Judgment type of album, where it's very dark and spare. Very talented guy, Bernd Rosengren. This is a winner. Yeah, Bernd Rosengren live in Stockholm, Volume 1. I don't know if there's a Volume 2, but this is an excellent record. Here we go. I want to crank through some of these. Don't want to take too long. Jacques Corsil Unit, Way Ahead on Actual label, BYG Actual, the French label. It's certainly in the pocket of the Actual kind of recordings. Side 1 is certainly more free and propulsive, and then side 2, it gets very quiet and meditative. I like that contrast to this. Let me pop this baby open. You have here you go. The other musicians on here, you have Jacques Corsil on trumpet, Arthur Jones on alto, Beb Green on bass, and Claude Delclos on drums. This is recorded in Paris, July 7th and 8th, 1969, BYG, Jacques Porcel. Heinz von Mosey, Irrisation, but that's almost like the band, and the name of the album is Las Plantas. This is a very cool record. It's a German band, but they're playing Brazilian jazz on the Wah Wah label. Nice record. I just kind of went for this. I was ordering something online, and I kind of threw it in there based on the description. I was very happy. Slash price. Yeah, so German musicians playing Brazilian-inspired music, but it's not sort of tradition. They're not certainly not doing traditional. They're adding their own flavor to it. I would highly recommend looking into this. Heinz von Mosey, Irrisation. It's almost like that's the name of his band, and the name of the record is Las Plantas. Yeah. I mean, the hype sticker says great German spiritual jazz. That's marketing BS. I wouldn't say it's not spiritual jazz. I mean, you know how it is these days. You put the word spiritual on it, and everyone's going to want to buy it. A few more to go. Elton Dean's Nineness, O for the Edge on the Ogon label. When I first listened to this, I wasn't that into it, and then I revisited it, and it was really good. It's live at the Grassroots Club in London, 1976. I mean, look at the lineup. It's an all-star, cast. Elton Dean, Alan Skidmore, Harry Beckett, Mark Schurig, Nick Evans, Keith Tippett, Harry Miller, and the great Luis Maholo on drums. Elton Dean's Nineness, O for the Edge. It's really the first Elton Dean album I've had. I mean, I have a reissue of another one, but this smokes. Attila Zoller Quartet, The Horizon Beyond. What year is this? I don't know what year this is. It doesn't say, and I think it's like 1966 or something. You have Attila on guitar, Don Friedman, Bar Phillips, and the wonderful Daniel Hamar on drums. Very exploratory jazz here. The Horizon Beyond almost signifies what it's going to be. And Attila is just really playing, it's almost like, for me, his most advanced kind of playing. Attila Zoller Quartet, The Horizon Beyond. And this is on MRC, which is interesting. I didn't know MRC, did anything like that. I think of MRC and it's like, Clifford Brown and Cannonball Adderley and all that type of thing. Here's one: Paul Bley, John Gilmore, Paul Motian, and Gary Peacock. Turning Point on the Improvising Artists Inc. label. This was released in '75, but the music is from two shows or two sessions. One in March 9th, 1964 in New York, and some more was recorded in Seattle at the University of Washington in 1968. That rhythm section with Motion and well, actually, just the rhythm section has like kind of this looping kind of feel to it, and John Gilmore just blows over the top of it. Yeah, it's definitely thoughtful, advanced kind of music. I don't know. I can't really think of the words. There's only so many words to think of, but yeah, always happy to find albums with John Gilmore, because I know he was on a lot of Sun Ra and things like that, but it's hard to find him on other releases. I don't know his whole discography. A few more to go. This is Pygmy Unit. Doesn't say it on the back here, but this is this was an outfit, San Francisco Bay Area thing from 1974. definitely free jazz. And I forgot the information, but this is, I know Sherv has this too, Pygmy Unit. And it comes with these little booklets um, with some like poetry and stuff. Um, this is called Signals from the Earth. Um, and I think there's someone notable is on this. Um, well, is there? Oh yeah. Well, anyway, the lineup you have is John Salona on soprano, Daryl DeVoe on vocals, Ron Grant bassoon and flute. Jim Pepper is the one name I know, but Pygmy Unit is the band. 1974, San Francisco, free jazz type of thing. I don't know, I don't have the words for it all the time. Couple more go. Sherv recently gifted this to me. Thank you, Sherv. This is Eraldo Volante, and it's a Italian. Is this Italian? Yeah, sorry, Italian jazz record on the Schema label. This is recorded in Milan, 1968. Kind of a, I don't know, slightly advanced post-bop, perhaps. I don't know. Sure, you tell me in the comments how you would describe this, but thank you, man. VCLT from Sherv. This is a nice one. Always love getting more European jazz, especially from Italy. But that cover shot kind of symbolizes how this music feels. It's just understated fire, perhaps, a warm glow. But Eraldo Volante, he plays soprano and tenor, and then you have a trumpet, trombone, 2 bass players, and a drummer. Yeah, and then last but not least, I haven't even listened to this yet. I got this about 6 months ago. I just haven't found the right time. But this is Joe McPhee and Tamika Reed. And there they are in the back. So you have a legend with an up-and-coming musician that, you know, probably will be a legend too. Tamika Reed is great. And this is on, Joe McPhee plays tenor, Tamika Reed and cello. This is on the Corbett versus Dempsey label. And the name of the record is called Lit Our Rejoicing Ride. Lit Our Rejoicing Rise. And it says here about they do an interpretation of Lift Every Voice and Sing, the so-called Black National Anthem. My feeling is this is, there's a, on side 2 is one track called Juneteenth. Actually, there's a Juneteenth part 1 and Juneteenth part 2. Joe McPhee, it's listed as his voice, so I have a feeling there's probably some spoken word on here. So I'm sure there's some social commentary on here. So I will listen to this at some point when the time is right. I just haven't felt it, but yeah, there they are. Joe McPhee and Tamika Reed, Lit Our Rejoicing Rise. A little bit longer than I wanted to go, but I had a big stack to go through, so thank you for watching on this sunny yet chill fall morning. All right, everybody. Cheers.